How clean is cycling now? It's clean on clean on clean. It is. Let's just clean this lens here. Make it even cleaner. We just made pro sport. This is sport in general. All right. This is sport in general. It's as clean as a whistle today. All right. When we got rid of Lance Armstrong, all right, we got rid of doping. All right. There's no money in pro sport these days. There's no fame, especially with social media. There's no there's no extra coverage of there's no personifying or commodifying enhancement at all because of social media and professional sport. Like, if you win an Olympic gold medal now, your socials don't blow up. You don't get more fame and sponsors like, hey, keep going, mate. No. So when we got rid of Lance Armstrong, when we cut him out of cycling, we cut him out of professional sport, we got rid of the drug problem, all right? Let's talk about Lance Armstrong. It's not like these days, you know, the kids, they've been training a lot longer. Lance Armstrong was just some random dude who came from absolute obscurity, came from nowhere, and 1999 wins the Tour de France. All right? He didn't have a gradual transgression upwards, you know. He didn't just come up, you know. He wasn't like world champion at 21 or something like that, you know. So these guys today, like Remco and that, they're like world champs when they're 21. Lance wasn't like that. Right? Lance was just some random dude from Texas, probably stole his first Trek bike and then just jumps in the Tour de France and wins it. You know, we know what's going on there. You know, so that's what I mean. It's just different now. All right, so we live in a different world. All sports, basketball, swimming, running, athletics, track and field, etc., etc. It's not as cutthroat as it was back then. The world in general is less cutthroat. Like, you go out in the street, there's less violence. People are friendly to each other. There's less pollution. The rent's going down. The income's going up. The rent's going down. Food's getting cheaper. The air's better. Everything's better now. In 2023. Back in Lance's era, 1999 onwards, it was a crazy world, man. It was like full on, you know. Like England now is better than it was 20 years ago. Like, it's safer to walk down the street now in England, anywhere in England. Like, the county lines has been shut down. So everything's fantastic. All the problems in Spain, everything's fantastic. It's just getting better, all right? So because society's getting better, that means that trickles down in professional sport and it's less cutthroat. People are like, hey, you go first. No, you go first. I'll coach. Like, yeah, no, you go first. Yeah. We're not getting any prize money. We'll just go across the line together. It's just, we got rid of drugs and we got rid of Lance Armstrong. Oh, man. That name gets me all riled up. Seriously, we got rid of drugs. You know, we got rid of that with Lance. So don't ask me any questions. What do you think of cycling today? What do you think of triathlon? What do you think of running? What do you think of swimming? What do you think of the NFL or NBA? Do you think Michael Jordan took steroids? If he was friends with Lance Armstrong, maybe, just maybe. But I don't think Nike would want to be associated with anyone who's taking any performance-enhancing drugs. All right? I don't think any athlete who's taking testosterone will have jump higher or longer or stronger. I think testosterone's bad. All right, guys, stay away from drugs. Listen to Joe Biden. Now let's talk about a legend. Google this up. Joe Biden passed the Steroids Act in, I think it was 1991. Go Brennan. You know, it's just amazing. So Joe Biden, you know, go Joey boy. Go, mate. Way down from here from Australia. Joe Biden cranked it, mate. So he banned steroids. He kicked the Russia out of Rocky V, and he got it going on. Now, the Russians, I think they did use drugs back in the day in Rocky V with Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone, we know, is a natural athlete. His physique was natural. He never took any GH or whatever. The time he got busted through Sydney Airport, no. That was Lance Armstrong's luggage. There was like a cross-contamination. That's actually Lance Armstrong's luggage, and it got switched up by one of the baggage handlers who was doing some sugar diet, and sugar causes brain issues, and he switched up the bags, and Sylvester Stallone was going, he opens up, there's drugs, steroids, oh my God, growth hormone, what's this shit? Chuck it out the hotel window. Because Lance Armstrong was walking down the street and he's like, hey, Lance, here's your shit. And he chucks it out the window. And unfortunately, at the same time, there was an AFPD, Australian Federal Police Department person, AFP, and he was looking out the window. He saw Sly throwing all these ampules of shit out the window. He's like, hey, that ain't no Sly mover there. And he got busted and he went to court and all his laws. It was Lance's shit. So Sly got off. So look up Sylvester Stallone growth hormone, Lance Armstrong scandal. It blew up on the social media back in the day. That's the deal. No drugs in sport. There's no money. There's no bling. There's no temptation or shoes. The shoes are getting cheaper than ever before. Nike Alpha for like $20 at Walmart. And just lastly, How do you know someone's clean? Is they have a clean tattoo on their bicep. Right? You see that guy out there called Cookie Man? He's got a soap bar on his bicep. He's clean. People say, oh, he's doing really suspicious watts per kilo, and he's retired, and he's dropping pro World Tour riders on climbs. Disc brakes. It's the disc brakes, mate. The bike's more aero now. That aero bike, they just put out more watts because up the velocity and the wind vectors and the turbines get caught in your calves and they get all caught up in your rim brakes. So you get rid of your rim brakes, put on discs, you're good to go. But there's guys on Strava putting out mutant watts per kilo that Lance Armstrong would struggle to do back in the day. That's just how clean it's gotten now. Okay, Lance Armstrong had no talent. No talent at all. You got guys like Cookie Man pushing Lance Armstrong watts. All right, this goes to show that drugs don't work. They don't work at all. Show me a study that says EPO actually works. Nah.